dishwasher at a donut shop. It wasn't in a very ritzy neighborhood like the Richmond district, which was where I lived at the time. It was across the Presidio. I wore a dirndl dress that Kathleen Wood had given to me, and an apron and a little white puffy sleeve blouse when I worked there, and clogs. Maybe they were the green and white clogs that Leslie had given me when she gave me the silk flowery mini dress that I wore that day when we came back from Newport, Rhode Island, where I almost joined a circus, and where I almost jumped off a cliff, and where, for the first time at age 17 and a half, I saw uncooked, rather blue lobsters which were already red when they were placed on the plates at a long table as the sun was going down and the sky was so orange. I should rent the Milos Forman film Taking Off to see if I was wearing that dress when I happened upon the crew that day Leslie and I hitchhiked back from the trip. Were those the very same clogs that they filmed me in as I ran towards them on Avenue A? I can find out if I see the film, I guess, but I still won't know if I took those clogs with me when I moved to San Francisco. I still won't know if the short silky dress with little purple flowers was at one time long before Leslie cut it down. And those clogs were what I wore when Connie filmed me dancing under the rotunda, or was it a gazebo at the Palace of Fine Arts? But I couldn't have danced in clogs. I must have taken them off when I danced, as Connie filmed me. I would know for sure if I saw Connie's film, but I never saw Connie again after one of the times I went with her to chant at the ashram. I believe she moved away to India, and someone said she was part of a harem, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. No, I think it was Swami Satchidananda. But I know the dress, the purple flowered silky one, was no longer around when I got the job at the donut shop. Were the half lime green, half white clogs with the stitching down the middle the same clogs that I wore to work at the donut shop? I do know that my leg hair was quite thick, but no one minded back then, 1971, not even my boss at the donut shop. I remember the long Formica top counter and the stools that lined it, which led to the room at the back where I washed the sugary plates in a stainless steel apparatus. I probably sang as I worked. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. I remember the day that I was late to work because a man had picked me up at the bus stop. A man who said he would take me to work, but who didn't, not until after he took me to the house in the pouring rain, not until after I thought I was going to die when he drove off down the highway, the Presidio, and he warned me, and he had a sharp object in his pocket, and he was very big and looked very strong, and he looked very, very mean when I begged him to please take me to my job at the donut shop, which he purposely, intentionally drove by, and it was pouring like I'd never seen it pour in San Francisco. And no one would hear me scream, no one, except the child who came into the house and went up the stairs while the big man had me on the ground floor in the square room while he went to the bathroom and put something on his conch. And I tried to be benevolent. I tried to understand what was going on in his life and why he would want to take me to that house against my will. Yet he let me use his phone to call my boss to tell him I'd be late to work at the donut shop. Should I scream and tell them to come and get me? I couldn't see the address, the rain, the pouring down in sheets rain, and I could not see the address, not even the street name when he pulled the car up to the house. Photos on the wall. He had a twin brother. Was the child his nephew? And would the child help me if I screamed? On the bed beside him, he had trouble getting it up, but I knew he wouldn't kill me there, not with the child there. I would be nice to him. I would talk to him. I would help him get it in, yet I don't remember it going in. But I remember our position on the bed. He was closest to the wall and I was near the edge of the bed. It wasn't a big bed, but like I said, he was a big man. Nobody at the bus stop wanted to get into the car with him. Well, I shouldn't put it that way, but he stopped the car in the pouring rain at the bus stop asking people if they needed a ride. He was well dressed. He was big, not fat, but muscular, and he was black. I thought maybe no one was taking him up on his offer because they were prejudiced, but I wasn't prejudiced. and I got in.